Happy Tuesday, boys and girls. My name is Jeffery Scott Mitchell, coming to you live on Memorex default route, default location. You know, of all the days of the week, Tuesday is probably my most blah, blah, blahest. Monday starts a new week. That in itself is exciting to me in my procedural routine. I ain't gonna say I look forward to Mondays, but I understand what they are. The beginning of the week, start fresh and new, in the weekend, get back into it. Wednesday is not only hump day, but it's an office day for us. So I get to drive into Los Angeles, hang out with coworkers, work from the office. We have meetings and sometimes usually food. And of course, there's pub mix and sparkling lemonade. Thursday is almost Friday, and Friday speaks for itself. Thursday is really after hump. Thursday is like, all right, we just got 2 days, 16 hours of work, and we get to the weekend. And then it's funny that I cherish getting to the weekend, but I'm not sure I'm fully utilizing or getting the most out of the weekends, or I think I'm being a little too lazy on the weekends, basically. A little too lazy, a little bit too relaxed, but it feels good. It just feels good to kind of just not have nothing to do and just kind of like not have nothing to do. And I don't. You know, I try to do this, I try to do that, but for the most part, you know, I'm just mellow and just take it all in. Football season will be coming up, so that means my Sundays will be occupied for 3-4 hours watching that football team, and that ain't an easy chore because of the emotional investment I have in this team after 50 plus years. So that's in a form work, meaning energy needs to be expended. Whether it's for pleasure or for not, energy still needs to be burned on Sundays watching that football team. So Tuesday, which is today, you know, so it was like, you know, I'll get through it. I have an hour of development time, so that helps. I had my review. I got a ding yesterday because all of a sudden they became aware that that in general, I would have to say in general, at least a bunch of us, if not all of us analysts, have been filling out the interactions correctly. And the way the system works, it gets kind of tricky. So sometimes if you associate an interaction before you fill it out and save it, that information gets lost and it looks like it's blank. And I got dinged for that. And I got dinged badly for that. And that was because, now this is gonna sound, it may sound shady, but my boy, I don't want to say my boy's on vacation, because I mean, he is my boy. My boy's on vacation, the one who usually does my quality assurance analysis, whoever does my quality analysis. You know, what they do is they listen to like so many calls, and they check chats, and they check this, and they see your performance, you know, out of a sample. So I guess he's on vacation or something. So one of the supervisors from Manchester, a dude who I know, well, I assume to be like, not nitpicking, but really, you know, focused and, yeah, really, not motivated is not the word, you know, just really detail oriented, looking at things, you know. I'm not gonna be definitely, I even say, oh, there's a big difference between him and my boy doing this. Huge difference, just in personality alone. Because my boy, You know, I ain't trying to say nothing, but my boy, I be getting 100%. I get 100% every time. I think I got 100% every time. And then now that the supervisor knew to doing it, I get dinged badly. And so, but I talked to my supervisor and we looked it over, and she said, he definitely a little bit overzealous. Definitely a little bit. She was like, that's not the way we do it, you know, because he doesn't usually do it. So, you know, he don't know, even though he may have the authority, he don't know what the protocol is. And she's a supervisor too, so she gonna talk to him. They would have brought me down below. It brought my QA down so far that I would have been in the top echelons. They would have kicked me out of the top echelons, but they gonna do some stuff. They're gonna do some stuff, and then I'm gonna go back and correct it. And then again, and then from now on, you know, I know what I'm looking for, I know what I need to do. And I was kind of disillusioned first, but then after I saw what I needed to do going forward to correct it, I was cool. Cause you know, I'm still the man. I'm still the man. Got like 0 flow outs, start developable, just, you know, just banging on it. Just, you know, consistent, strong numbers. It feels good. So that happened yesterday. And I think she's gonna get it fixed. And if not, I'm a protest. I'm like, how do I launch a formal protest to make sure this happens? Because she will get distracted and forget. I ain't gonna let that happen. She will get distracted and forget. And not that it really matters, kinda. In the long run, it doesn't matter. But I still like to have the numbers. I still like to see the numbers. But more importantly, it's the work ethic. It's the way I feel, the way I'm operating, the way the machine is operating. It's like, sometimes, I don't know if I was saying it here or somewhere else, but sometimes you can lose a game and look better losing a game than you did in winning a game. It's about, I ain't gonna say style, but the way you're going about winning, the way you're operating, the way the machine is running. You can look at it and say, you know what? Yeah, you got a little ding for that, but the way this machine is going, in the long run, you know, you a killer. You know, you can do okay. You waited, okay. And I know I'm okay, but I shoot for that excellence. I shoot for that excellence. So, I'm even go back and say, to my boss today, say, can you send me that filter or something to show me all my, I might go find something to find all my interactions for August and clean them up. And then going forward, because it's only like the 5th, August 5th. I think 2 of those days we were off. You know, so. And there's also a way I could tell it to, you know, show me all the interactions I touched this month. And I might do that during my development time, just to clean it up. Other than that, well, there's other stuff going on. For the people coming up in August, coming up in a couple weeks, I rented the car. I think the car came to about $180. New York is expensive. New York is worth it, but it's expensive. So I gotta get a hotel. I just gotta get a hotel, and that's gonna cost me about $250 for one night. Minimum, probably more. Yeah. I ain't about staying someplace then. I don't know, it's staying outside and walking or commute. I don't mind walking, but commuting, the whole idea is not to commute. But then again, you know, I'm gonna catch public transportation. Look like I get the air train. I've got the air train before too. No, I got the air train from JFK. Not sure if I got the air train for EWR. catch the air train. Look like it's one bus to get to Times Square. Air train and one bus down to Penn Station. I've been to Penn Station before, so you know that's gonna be interesting. And I still, like I said, I like to not brag, but it's kind of cool that I got my Clipper card, or I probably got a card, money saved on one of the transit cards I can use. Or they got it set up now, they just take it right from your bank account. So it kind of don't matter, but you know, just get on the trains and do the train thing. And then what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna land like 9:30 that Friday, and I'm a public transit into Times Square, Manhattan, check into the hotel, see the show, wake up next morning, catch that same public transit back to EWR, and rent a car, get the car from EWR, drive the car from EWR to BWI. Got a hotel set in Bethlehem. So, you know, that check-in time there is 3. You know, I like to get there at 3, so. And I'm thinking probably got to be at the hotel at 11, which is just about perfect. It's like an hour ride. So, we'll see how that goes. How I feel, this and that. And again, it's like if you know, like if I was to be on the mothership or whatever, the bus driver don't watch the show, the bus driver sleep. And in this case, you know, after the show, you know, hanging out is fun. But it might be in my best interest, as soon as the show's over, get my ass to the hotel room and get some sleep. You know, Times Square gonna be buzzing. There's gonna be stuff happening out there. And it's gonna be hard to step away from that excitement and whatnot. But, you know, if I get to bed at 3, which is, you know, well, even if I get to sleep at 3, if I get to sleep at 3, the show's gonna be over at 11. We're gonna be out of there by midnight. I could probably be at my hotel by 11:30. I could probably be at my hotel 11:30 midnight. But they said Blue Wolf was open. Blue Eyed Extension is open for P-Funk. What the fuck? I thought we was over that. I thought we was done with that. No, them are my boys, but I hope they come up with something new and different. Because it's getting kind of routine. When they had Miss Velvet, she bought something a little special. The way she sang, just her persona, her everything, made it a little different. I'm not gonna say better or worse. I'm gonna say it was different enough to make it interesting. Now, Blue Eye Extension, whatever, just ain't interesting. It's just not interesting. So, we'll see. They got opening act, so they still probably be out of there by 11:30, 12 o'clock. You know, I could probably get back to the hotel about 1, sleep by 3. I'm sleep by 3. So I got to be out by 11, sleep till 10:30. See if I can get a late checkout. Maybe an hour and a half to get to the, 12, 1, 2, all that stuff. So we'll see how that goes. Got that, gotta send my son some money, a big chunk. Change to get a car. Just money, let's go. Gotta see my financial advisor. Need to talk to him about some stuff about making a withdrawal, a significant withdrawal. Gotta do my taxes. I think I got all that pretty much set up. I just gotta go through and find the paperwork and send it to H&R Block. See what they say. So if I could do that today, You know, just make little incremental progress on the whole, towards the whole. W-H-O-L-E, the whole, not the whole. Life's administration. And also, I found out yesterday, and I was wondering, I was looking at a video yesterday that I shot in 640 by 360, 500K, which is like the smallest, minimalist, you know, settings, resolution and size settings that you can put. And it was looking okay. And then I looked at one I had done later, and it was the same settings, but it didn't look okay. So I was like, something changed. Because I used to shoot at that 630, 640 by 360, really small display size and really small bits per second, or bit rate, and it looked okay. You know, it wasn't doing what it was doing that made it not look okay. And I went and I found something. It looked like the keyframe interval. I looked like I might have taken the keyframe interval from 10 to 0, and that changed. So I put it back and I shot it. I was like, oh, this looks better even at the lower resolution. Even at the lowest resolution I was shooting at before, it wasn't good. It wasn't perfect, but it was, you know, wasn't breaking up and looking all weird like it was for maybe last couple months. And then, you know, from going from there and from the exercise of trying to correct that and get that taken care of and going over the whole, how many megabytes, how many gigabytes I use, and what size I should go for and this and that. I just reevaluated the whole situation. So I got it set now. The keyframe interval is set so the picture should look decent, but I still kicked up the bit rate to 1500 and the size to 720. So the size is almost like twice the size of what I was shooting before, and the bit rate is 3 times higher. And let's go ahead and take the hit for that every day, because I was like, you know, if I shoot an hour a day, and it's a gigabyte a day, I can handle that. If I shoot an hour a day and it's a gigabyte a day, I can handle that for a year. You know, and it won't even be near that. You know, it shouldn't even be near that, because I also got on a little bit of compression. I tested it yesterday, shooting with the compression on. Say I'm out here and I'm walking and I gotta stop it and start it again, and stop it and start it again. Take all those videos home and splice them together. With compression on, it takes longer. If you doing it with compression, it takes longer. File size is smaller, but it takes longer because it's more algorithmic calculations need to be done when making the video, rendering the video. So there's a balance, and I enjoy all that. I enjoy going through all that. So right now I'm shooting at 1280 by 720, which is twice as much as 640 by 360. And the bit rate is at 1500, which is 3 times as high as I had it before. And I got the keyframe interval set at something different, so it should look okay. It should look okay. You know, I finally got it worked out. I'm gonna look back. And it's definitely gonna be things that weren't 100% correct. I'm definitely gonna look back and see where I could have done that better, at least, or that was not done right, whatever right means, or that could have been done a lot better. And that's just part of it, I believe. That is just part of it. There really is. And as we go, we fix this, we fix that, we adjust this, we adjust that. Well, that light stayed green for a long time. we adjust this, we adjust that, the microphone transmitter fell out of my belt loop. So we adjust this, we adjust that, we fix this, we fix that, we get better and better and better. It's like, at a certain point, you gotta get good before you can get great, if I can say that. You gotta get good before you can get great. And you gotta like keep working at it, hanging at a certain level, and then you can perfect that level. There's levels to this. You know, you gotta get to certain level B before you can get to the next level C or whatever. And I think that's where experience comes in. If somebody was to say, yeah, we've been doing this for so many years, blah, 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 blah. And so we have the experience. You're paying for our experience. I'm turning around, let the person ahead of me walk up some. Give them a little bit of distance in between them. See, they got a dog, so they're gonna be stopping, so it kind of don't matter. But I still don't want to be like, you know, I like my distance. I like having my distance. And it's gonna be interesting to see what this look like, file size and all that. So, yeah, that's fine. But I'm making progress. I think I'm making progress. I think I'm making progress. I think I am. As far as getting stuff, I know what I need to do. And that's half of the battle. Knowing what you need to do is half of the battle. Knowing what you need to accomplish, have it documented, and have it in your face. You know you got the steps where you want to go from point A to point B. You want to get from here to there. At least to have that kind of laid out for you. To have that laid out, and in your mind, you say, okay. That's where we need to go. And then maybe you get some time, maybe you're sitting there watching TV. Oh, let me do this. Let me look into that. Just let me pop in, you know. One of the things I like to do is like to say, all right, just let me go over here and just take a quick look at that. I ain't gonna try to do nothing. Just let me go over here, take a quick look. You know, I'm not gonna do anything major. Just wanna see if there's anything I can accomplish or if there's anything I can, you know, finish up. You just take little baby steps toward getting to the goal, you know, while you're sitting there watching TV or something or whatever. And then sometimes you get traction, you actually, you know, can do a significant part of the work. You know, you're just sitting there watching TV or whatever, pull the laptop down. That's one thing I also realized, that that's a goddamn laptop. Hell, not only is it a laptop, it's a 2-in-1. I can flip it over and turn it into a tablet. That daggone thing, you know, you get so used to having it just sitting there. Utilize that thing. Disconnect, you know, I got a bunch of stuff connected to it because it's my OBS studio, it's my video studio. It's my broadcast studio. I can just take that stuff loose, set that thing on my lap, and do full-blown work on it. The way it's networked, the way I got it connected to things, even with the Wi-Fi, you know, I got access to all my files, wherever, and it's powerful enough to, you know. And then the other day, I was playing with it, and I had smoked a little bit of weed, so I had me a nice little buzz. You know, it's like maybe the second time in 2 weeks, so it was still new and fresh and exciting and fun to do. It might have been twice in 1 week. It might have been twice in 2 weeks or whatever. But I did it, and it was good. And I'm like, okay, every time I do the same stuff. Okay, let's record. Let's, you know, put on the studio. Let's get them cameras going. Let's record, you know, what we're doing. And so I go to start to do that, and I'm like, it was really hard because I had to, I'm gonna get sidestepped, but it was really hard because I had to rebuild it. I forgot I had changed that laptop. The laptop is like a new one because I put a new hard drive in it. So it really wasn't set up yet. A lot of stuff wasn't set up and I forgot. So the simple things that I wanted to do had to be rebuilt. And I kept forgetting because I had enough of the buzz. I kept forgetting what I was doing and getting distracted and turning around and having to do this. And I kept going in a loop because I would go to do this and get distracted by that. And then go to do that and get distracted by this. It's okay. Saying something like, okay, I want to listen to some music while I do this. But the music wasn't set up, so I had to come back and do the music and got sidetracked. And I could have put a camera on. And it just kept going in like a crazy loop. It was fun. I was enjoying it. I would start laughing. So, oh, look at me. I done forgot again. I got to go back and do it again. It was fun. Because I kept reminding myself and laughing. It's a new laptop. And ain't got nothing on it. You got to put all that stuff on it. I mean, a lot of it was already set up. But there was some details and things that needed to be configured that wasn't. So, another thing I was gonna say, I was walking down here. When I was walking up earlier, I was like, oh, look at that crow playing with that squirrel. They must be friends. Because it was like following it. And I never seen a crow do that before. And in my mind, crows don't eat squirrels. I was like, oh, they must be friends. They must have grew up together or something. Look at them playing, because I saw a bird, actually it was following the squirrel. You could tell it just wasn't flying over it. It was tracking it like they was playing or whatever. And then I got closer and I was like, oops, that ain't no crow. That wasn't no crow. You can see the feathers on it. And I think it was an osprey. I don't know what an osprey is. I just heard the word before. I heard the name before in context with birds that look like they might be in that position. So that's why I just call it an osprey. And I was like, that bird was trying to eat that squirrel. That bird was trying to get down. Then I saw it fly away. I'm like, that ain't no crow. That ain't no crow. So that was fun today. Did that today. And doing on my laptop, I got it. It was fun, doing that and feeling and so I get doing that stuff and hearing my music and, with a nice buzz. It's like it's all brand new and feels all different. And to hear the music that I created and to have it sound so good to me. I'm like, I did that, I made that. It was euphoric and get tears in my eyes, it's so beautiful. That's one thing about the marijuanas. You do get creative. When I do it, I do get creative and I do get ideas and motivated to try stuff and do stuff. And it's so exciting. You want to actually work and try this. I want to play with that. I want to build this. I want to do that. That really does work. But it stops doing it when I start doing it every day too much, that goes away. It just becomes a laziness. But if I can keep it to like twice a month or something like that, that could be beneficial, just like the Black and Miles. And I'm taking to a place now that I still get it. I ain't gonna say that I still get that good feeling from them. I can't say I don't. I still get that good feeling from them. There's no doubt. So I ain't even gonna say that I don't. Let's not even act like, that I don't. I do. But other than that, things are coming along. I got my list. I know what I need to do. At work, I'm starting to slip more and more. I'm starting to slippery slope into doing extracurricular stuff, doing work. more and more. I don't like it, but I catch myself doing it. Doing a little bit of Jeffery TV maintenance. Nothing major like I used to, but still, it was zero. It was zero tolerance for a while there. Well, okay, 99%. It was 0.0005 tolerance. Because to log in, it's two-factor authentication. To do that, you have to log in through Authenticator. And Authenticator is on my personal phone. And there's no way I'm picking up my personal phone and not seeing something. You know, so that kind of, you know, would get my attention this or there. I pick up my phone. And in ways, you know, I got to check my phone for calls, people getting in touch with me, communicating with family, blah, blah. That's a good excuse. That's a valid excuse. And I didn't even say reason. It's a valid excuse. Because the reason is I ain't got to do it. People just, you know, but then emergency, you don't want to, you know, you want to be there with stuff. So, but I also got a work phone. Us technicians got like a test work phone that we can use to test out stuff and try out stuff. It's a iPhone 14. So it's a nice phone. Doesn't have cellular data, but you hook it up to the Wi-Fi and it does what it's supposed to do. I can check all my, it's like being a user. It's like being, you know, one of our customers' users, so we can kind of simulate what they're looking at, get an understanding. We got to help them do something on their phone. So, I got that. I can use that one. That one I can use to authenticate, and it seems to work better. To tell the honest to God truth, it seems to authenticate better and faster. If you ask me, smoother. It sure definitely do the Face ID a lot better. My God, the Face ID works so good. It's almost like, is it actually doing it at all? The Face ID is almost so seamless. I'm like, are you actually working? Or are you just opening up my device? That'll be me tomorrow. That'll be me. Probably about this time too. I'll probably be coming by here about 10:35, 10:36, 10:38. That'll be me coming this way. I wish I could kind of see what time it is now. You put the birds back up. The birds are back. They look good. They look good.
Hey, how are the birds? They look fine?
Yeah, I noticed they weren't there the other day. I was like, what happened? I think somebody stole them.
No, it was an old sign and they rusted.
Okay.
I made these twice as thick and I got a little slot in the back where I stick them now.
They're metal?
No, they're just wood.
Okay, okay.
But they're like a little thick, and in the back you can't see it. I kind of have a slot, and I can just stick them down.
Okay.
Yeah, they're a lot better.
I thought somebody stole them. I was like, oh, somebody came up there and stole them. I didn't notice them. They was gone though. That's good.
Yeah. What's with the orange line here? They're still doing work on it?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a couple years. Down at Van Nuys, they redoing the whole station. It's gonna take like 2 years.
Fixing it.
Oh no, they're tearing it up and rebuilding it. Huh?
They're redoing it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be really nice. Oh yeah.
You know what? We got the Olympics in 20.
I'm thinking it's gonna be done by the Olympics. Yeah, I think that's what they're probably gonna do.
Because this is the route they can take right to Balboa.
Really?
Yeah, this orange line. It goes right into the parking lot behind Lake Balboa.
What's in Balboa? They gonna have something in Balboa?
at the Sepulveda Basin.
Uh-huh.
That's where the Olympics are. They're going to have events over there.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're gonna have it all over LA, huh?
Balboa, the Sepulveda
Oh
Basin.
yeah, I'll go over there all the time. Yeah,
They
yeah.
got like archery and.
Oh, golf. Yeah.
Archery is big.
Yeah.
And then they got some lakes. We're not sure what they're going to do, canoeing or what else.
Right. Okay, I get it.
So this road leads right to that where they can park. And
So they're gonna clean up all. They're gonna clean all this up. They're gonna get it all cleaned up.
I bet they're it's probably for the Olympics. That's big.
Yeah, yeah. It is. It is.
Going to be watching.
You don't want to have get that bad name for LA for the Olympics. All right, man. Hey, good luck. I get back to work.
So this is the orange line. I got my birds for the Olympics.
Yeah, they got the orange line.
We got a big wall. We can do whatever we want.
That's right. Yeah, that's cool. Good. You too. See, I talk to people. See, I'm congenial. Can I see? You gonna let me see? 10:27. No, I'm out here a little bit early. I won't be out here. It's 10:27 now. I'll just be leaving the house about this time, so I won't be quite down there. So with like 10:38, like I said, 10:38, whatever. Is about right. It's only 10:30 now. Not even 10:30. So it's Tuesday. I feel good. I've been getting these headaches. I don't know if it's tension headaches, muscle headaches. I don't know what's doing it. I'm thinking it'd be anything from when I cut my nose hair and my nose gets irritated to the way I stand up and bend over. I'm doing that differently now. I arch my head when I bend over and stand up instead of putting pressure on the back of my neck to where I can actually feel the pain. And you know, in my mind, it's like, all right, I feel the pain. I'm gonna keep doing it until it stops. You know, it's not supposed to do that. So I'm not gonna shy away from it. I'm gonna keep doing it until it stops. Instead of just not doing it. It's like the doctor, every time I do this hurts. The doctor said, well, stop doing that. Mine is I'm gonna keep doing it until it stops hurting. But in this case, I'm like, no. Just like the muscles at the back of my neck go up into my head, and I get a headache on my nose, and it just takes me out. And it seems like it comes and goes. And I can actually feel it one moment, then like in the next moment, I mean, after a few ways, you know, after an hour or after some time, it's gone. It feels like it's actually, oh, my head feels okay now. And sometimes it's not even taking Tylenol or anything. It stops. So, and when it happens, it takes all my energy away. It just drains me. I don't feel like doing nothing. I don't feel like moving. And that's the part. You know, I gotta check that out. Other than that, my ingrown toenails fine. I fixed it myself. Went to a podiatrist, tried to go to a podiatrist, have them do it. They ain't do nothing for me. I figured that stuff out myself. Went to Walgreens, got the right tools, ingrown toenail tool, whatever. I didn't even know what it was. I was like, this, what? Sure enough though, I made it work. And all it was a set of diagonal cutters that were really sharp and fine, so that you could really get down in there. You could like cut through skin. Made it really easy, sharp pointed razor edge that we can like squeeze in there and just cut through it. And cause I saw on YouTube this guy doing his, and I was like, don't that hurt? He was just like cutting all that out. I was like, ugh, don't that hurt? It don't hurt. It don't hurt at all. I think it's all like dead skin or whatever. So you just cut all that out. And then I cut it all out and I cut the nail around it. And then I was like, oh, much better. Then I start using this cream the doctor gave me that I paid $25 for like 8 gallons of it. I thought I would never use. You know, I just wasted my money. I started putting that on there every day for whatever, to keep the nail soft. Because I noticed when I was cutting it off, it'd go back in a month. And it started hurting again in a month. And they did say that in the video. A couple of videos I watched, they go to the podiatrist because if you do it wrong, it's just gonna keep going back. All right, I just kept digging and digging. So I finally dug it all out. Went all the way under it and just started dug it all out. I don't think it was that much blood, but I got under there. I dug that out. And now it's all good. And my feet feel good, meaning I'm not, and I'm wearing probably ungood shoes. I'm wearing worn out shoes and my feet don't hurt. I'm wearing worn out shoes and I know they worn out. Hey, is that still zoomed in? I feel like that's zoomed in, don't it? Is it? Yes, at 1.5. How do I make it smaller? 1.6. It's stuck at 1.6. I can't make it smaller. How can I make it smaller? Okay, now we at 1.0. There we go. Still look close. That still look too close, don't it? Don't it? I think that's too close. I like to have a little bit of distance. Backlight. Anyway, so that's where I feel pretty good for Tuesday, you can tell. You can see I feel pretty good. You can tell, I'm sure. You can tell in my tone and my demander. See, look, that's definitely zoomed in. I gotta reset it. Okay, that looked like that might not be zoomed in. But either way, anxious to see what this looks like. The new video and display format. How big the file size is, et cetera, going forward. And the Jeffery TV empire. Jeffreyism. I think I put Jeffreyism at the top. And then Jeffery TV. Actually, Jeffery TV should come at the top. Then everything comes from that. I think Jeffery TV should be at the top. And then Jeffreyism and all the websites should come from that, I think. But we'll see. I forget how I got it written up at home. But I gotta start working on all that stuff. You know, I gotta get motivated to start getting some stuff done. And maybe a few more months of zero extracurricular activities at work until I get into a really good flow. Then I can start kind of doing stuff on the side and working on this and working on that. Because I got stuff I gotta do. I got some stuff I wanna do. You know, there's stuff that I wanna do. I don't wanna, get it completed. Anyway, swinging on y'all 2 times. And carry. For me and for the phone. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom, in this or in any universe that ever was, is, or will be. A totality of it all. Theory of universe. Hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffrey.